Hi guys, I'm Asia and this is Nonverbal Communication and Culture within the workplace. Although nonverbal communication is something that can be recognized and utilized across all borders, it can become quite a different situation when comparing cultures. Culture can be defined as social behaviors and norms found within a society. Aside from the emblems like the OK sign here in America that can be misinterpreted as something vulgar to other countries like Germany, nonverbal communication in the workplace can be quite different and taken pretty seriously. After all, your impression on someone could make or break a business deal, just like an interview would. Nonverbal communication in the workplace could include things like accenting while speaking, regulating conversation, and certain styles of communication that are appropriate or considered appropriate for business. Business specifically has always required the formal dress and polite conduct, but what is considered polite within business? And what about the cultures that differ from ours? What do they consider polite? Okay. So in America, meetings are expected to be formal and done in the form of presentation using proper speech. Although it can sometimes be done unceremoniously, and business can be held with things over lunch. For some countries, making a more relaxed approach is the best option, although their definition of relaxed could be different too. In El Salvador, according to our textbook, Nonverbal Behavior and Interpersonal Relations, when a businessman invites someone to their home, you are not to talk business. In that culture, it is seen as rude to talk business at one's home and in front of their family. In the book, the man had been invited to the home to form more of a friendly relationship as comfort for when it does come time to talk business. Despite the Salvadorian inviting a business partner to their home, the businessman didn't pick up the nonverbal cues that he was not to talk business in front of the man's family. And because of this, he had lost the deal, because he didn't understand that that's not what you were supposed to do, for that culture specifically. Whether this approach is better for the business or not depends, making intercultural business seem like a tricky situation. On another hand, Japanese culture is widely known as formal and polite, although their business tactics tend to be more extreme compared to most. According to the Business Insider, Japanese businessmen watch nonverbal cues greatly, and their communication often tends to be indirect because of that. For example, if you were to make a look of discomfort while discussing something with them, they would pick up on that and maybe change their wording or something like that to kind of gauge how you would feel when they do change that, or even willingly ask if something is wrong, having been observant of your nonverbal cues. Along with that, it takes a much larger process for a business deal to occur in Japan, requiring much more attention compared to an American deal. In America, you typically pitch the idea to a higher up, and then from there the process is taken further. In Japan, there are typically multiple meetings, all informational, and ideas and discussions are made throughout, rather than kind of doing just a one-and-done meeting like America would. Overall, it is very important to study another's cultures and behaviors before you embark in business with them. As I said before, it can make or break a deal. Eye contact could be either valued greatly or considered disrespectful. Using a stern voice could be seen as disrespectful too. These examples are just a few. Pay attention to the culture's different verbal cues during conversation, facial expressions in different environments, and study up on what is considered respectful to a culture. Signs of respect for any culture can be key, and they will pick up on that as a nonverbal cue itself. Overall, business and culture are definitely mixed and can become quite difficult if you don't know what you're doing. And sources.